At the very outset of this press briefing and joint conference, first of all, on behalf of all the organizations, I welcome all the media friends coming from the different parts of the state. As you know, few days ago, some organizations of Arunachal Pradesh has made viral in the social media in regard to our community. In this connection, today we are here to clarify about the comment as released and mislead in the social media. So, on behalf of all the organization under the umbrella of Tai Khamti Singpho Council, I endorse Engineer C.S. Chautang, the President Tai Khamti Development Society, to brief on this account. Thank you.
Today we are here to clarify on 3 points concerning to our society, our community, which have been doing around in the social media for quite some time. We feel that it is high time, it is necessary for us to give some clarifications through your STEAM channels to the public domain, especially the message should pass on to the younger generations, the youth organizations, the student organizations, so as to see that such kind of misinformation, communication gap should not turn into other big problems. So that's why we feel it is very urgent and very necessary to give the press briefing. The 3 points which we have taken for press briefing today are about the use of Gohai word, which is attributed to the Khamti tribes. Number 2, about the Tai Khamti. We were earlier recognized as Khamti tribe. Now we have become Tai Khamti. So why Tai Khamti now? So this is also the issue which is going around in the social media for quite some time. Number 3, the issue of reserve forest. It is alleged that entire Namsai district falls under reserve forest, which is not true actually. So there the confusion is there, misunderstanding is there, communication gap is there. So we would like to clarify on that issue also for the understanding of all concerned. So before I start, let me introduce myself. As you have been already told, I am Siharaja Chautang, Chau Siharaja Chautang. I am President of Tai Khamti Development Society. I have been entrusted, authorized to initiate the press briefing. So let me start one by one by taking the points one by one. Now, I would like to talk about the word Gohai, the use of word Gohai by some of our Khamti people. So for that, I think I will have to go little back to the history of Assam, history of the Ahom dynasty, as it is related to that period, British time, also the British time. You know, in the medieval Assam, Sadia, which is presently located under Tinsukia district of Assam, was the capital of the Chutia kingdom. You all must be knowing there was Chutia kingdom before Ahom kingdom took over the reign. That was in the year, Chutia kingdom existed in the year 1189 AD. Due to the weak, incompetent rule of the Chutia kingdom during that period, you know, the Ahom kingdom, Ahom dynasty annexed the Chutia kingdom of Sadia province. That was in the year 1523-24. So you know that Chutia kingdom was taken over by the Ahom kingdom in the year 1524. So then the Ahom kingdom, Ahom dynasty under the Ahom kingdom, Sadia was taken over. Then the Ahom kingdom, they installed their own chief, own king, that is Ahom king. Then Sadia became under the Ahom dynasty, Ahom kingdom. Later, that was during the time of Sohumung, the king, Ahom king, appointed a governor like post for that province to govern that province. So he was called as the Sadia Khwa Gohai. So Sadia Khwa Gohai, the system of writing Sadia Khwa Gohai, giving the title of Sadia Khwa Gohai, started during the time of Ahom kingdom, way back in the 16th century. So one must here understand that Sadia Khwa Gohai is a title, is a rank or position arrogated to a person who holds a position of authority on a frontier area, and Sadia was the frontier area at the time, and he was also referred to as governor. That means the Sadia Khwa Gohai was something like the present day governor who rules and who administers the frontier at that time. So this is something introduced and practiced during the Ahom kingdom, and it is not a surname. So lots of the people may be having the feeling that this is a surname. This is a surname belonging to some clan. It is not so. So this is the point where we have to understand. So this, without understanding, some people used to say this is a surname. जैसे हम लोग अपना टाइटल बोलते हैं ना, अपना ये क्लान का टाइटल जो बोलते हैं, वो ऐसा नहीं है. तो हम लोग का ये गोहाई खमती लोग कैसे लिखने में मैंने लिखना पड़ा. Why the Khamti also started writing this Gohai. Some of the Khamti families, they also started writing the Gohai. So, you know, Khamti people, they have migrated or they have entered Arunachal, present day Arunachal. Those days it was undivided Assam, undivided province under so many, you know, chieftainships in the area. So we have come here since the mid 18th century, sometime in 1751 AD. So this is the history of Khamti. Then we came through Vijayanagar. We stayed there in Pangsau Pass for decades. Then we came down to Tengapani. Then we pushed up to Sadia, and we entered Sadia and settled there. But as you know, our king, our Khamti are known fighters. Our Khamti are known for patriotism, known for everything, good thing. So, in the meantime, during that period, it was the Ahom already took over Sadia. But in the meantime, after we came, we took over the reign of this Sadia Khwa Gohai at Sadia. We dethroned, we ousted the Ahom Sadia Khwa Gohai. So we installed, the Khamti installed their own king, own chief, and he was also arrogated the title of the Sadia Khwa Gohai. So remember, that is sometime in 1794. So since then, the Khamti chief also came to be known as Sadia Khwa Gohai. Because that is a title, that is a position held by whoever takes the throne, reign. So, but in the meantime, with the passage of time, the word Gohai was not only attributed to the Khamti chief. Later, the class, title was conferred even to the classes of people who assumed or otherwise were assigned with administrative responsibilities, noble tasks, the honored personalities as a mark of respect. So, those who were important personalities who held the positions in the administration in dealing with the British governments, British authorities, they were also given the name as Gohai. So, in due course of time, this practice came to other classes of the people also. Only not all people, few people. So likewise, you must be knowing that there is questions going on regarding Chaupuk Gohai. Chaupuk Gohai. Chaupuk Gohai was father of Chona Min, our deputy chief minister. He was popularly known as Chaupuk Gohai. Actually, he is Chaupuk Min, but since I have explained you, those persons who were on important jobs, important assignments were also given the title Gohai. So he also wrote Gohai, as because he was also assigned with many important tasks, many important jobs of administration, political assignments by our chiefs, by our public. So he was also an honored person at the time. He is a person who had contributed during the time of British India, during British India, and during the pre-independence time. So he was one of the most important persons of our society, our community, and later he went on to be selected as the founder member of the Agency Council in the year 1969. So he is such an important and responsible person who had contributed a lot before India became independent and after India became independent. So you must be knowing that in the recent time, while celebrating the 50 years of Arunachal Pradesh, celebrated at Zero, he was also honored as one of the founder member of the Agency Council. So such a person cannot be alleged that he is from Assam. He did not belong to Khamti tribe. So Chona is also a person not belonging to Arunachal. He is also from Assam. So these kind of allegations are baseless, untrue, and they are truly Khamti. They are by birth Khamti, they are by blood Khamti, and their family have totally and definitely contributed a lot. And till today, our DCM is contributing for the development of our state, for the development of our society, and everyone. So, I believe alleging them and telling the Gohai are not Khamti, are not like Khamti. They are from Assam. They belong to Assamese. This is totally baseless. This is untrue, and we deny to this. We entire the Khamti community, Thai Khamti community, deny to it, and we appeal all the people, especially the younger generations, the youth organizations, and including all concerned, to please do not be carried away, do not be misunderstood by this news going around in the social media. Now, coming to the second point, and second point is as regards to Thai Khamti. why we are writing Thai Khamti now. Not earlier we were recognized in the as Khamti. You know, Thai is a great race belonging to the Mongolid race of the Asian countries. You must be knowing most of our people from Arunachal Pradesh belong to this Mongolid race. So, Thai is a great race of Mongolid origin. So, since time immemorial, we call ourselves Thai Khamti. Till today, we call ourselves as Thai Khamti. We never call ourselves as Khamti. But somehow, in the process, it was recognized in the Constitution of India, in the ST list of Arunachal Pradesh as Khamti. And this correction we had appealed to the government many a times earlier, since long time. But it was not considered for the reasons, so many reasons which we are not very much aware of it. However, in the latest amendment of 2021, the recommendations and active for the with the recommendation and active persons of our state leadership under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Pema Khandu and our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Chaunam In, and the central leadership under Sri Narendra Modi ji and our central minister Sri Kiran Rijiju ji, our matter was considered and it was corrected as Thai Khamti by the Constitution Scheduled Tribe Order Amendment Act 2021. This was approved under Act number 32 of 2021. Like any other earlier amendments done in 2008 and 2011 in the case of Nishi tribe and the Galo tribe respectively. So earlier Nishis were also known as Dhafla. So it has been now corrected to Nishi. So likewise the Adis and the Galos were also known as Abor. But somehow this was also corrected and they have now got the identity as Galo and the Adi. So this Abor is also done away in the recent amendment of 2021. So here the question of taking the Thai Khamti, writing Thai Khamti, and that we are having some motives to bring the other Thai race people belonging to staying in Assam to the Arunachal fort, to our fold. This is totally baseless. There was anomaly. We got it corrected when we are now distinctly belonging to the Thai race, Thai great race, and we call ourselves Thai Khamti. So there is no motive, there is no intention of inviting all the Thai communities across the countries or from Assam to our Arunachal Pradesh. This allegation is also doing around in the social media by some people, some groups of people. So through your stream channel, I would like to request that this message be carried down to the people, especially I am telling repeatedly the younger generations who do not know much about the history of Thai Khamti, history of Arunachal Pradesh. So before making any allegation, going to the press and media, one must try to study the things, know the things correctly. Otherwise, we are would be inviting some lots of differences amongst all the fellow brothers and sisters of Arunachal Pradesh. We do not want to conflict ourselves with our brothers and sisters belonging to any other tribes. We invite them if there is any misunderstanding, if there is any thing, they should come across the table. We must discuss and we must try to resolve the issues. Namsai, as you know, has numerous issues of different in different areas. But with this social media press conference, social media release in the social media, we are not going to get any solution. So it is always possible, the solutions are always possible by sitting across the table, discuss together and work in unison. We all work together for the greater interest of Arunachal Pradesh, for the greater interest of our peaceful coexistence and overall development of the state. This is what we want. This is what we want to tell to the people of our Arunachal Pradesh, brothers and sisters of our people, our Arunachal Pradesh. So now, as regards to the point number 3, that is reserve forest issue. This is also very important and very serious issue, as we believe this also need be clarified for the better understanding of the people in general. So for this, I would like to request my colleague Chaukohna Chaupu. He is the president All Thai Khamti Singpho Student Union. I would like to request him to please brief on this issue.
Regarding Namsai Reserve Forest, alleged by some organization of Arunachal Pradesh कि यहाँ पे टोटली नामसाई डिस्ट्रिक्ट पूरा फॉरेस्ट रिजर्व में है और यहाँ में जितना भी डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज़ चल रहा है इसको रोकना चाहिए, उसका रीवेरीफाई करना है। ये एलिज किया गया है कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अरुणाचल का। तो इस विषय में मैं कुछ कहना चाहूँगा ये नामसाई रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट को लेकर, क्योंकि ये एक जो परसेप्शन जो क्रिएट किया गया है ये एलिगेशन का वजह से जो अरुणाचल का वासी लोगों का मन में जो मेंटली जो परसेप्शन क्रिएट किया गया है वो बिल्कुल ही गलत परसेप्शन क्रिएट किया गया है। वेरएज हम लोग का कम्युनिटी नामसाई पे रहा है, इट्स मोर देन लाइक 100 years, ज़्यादा ही, जबकि इंडिपेंडेंसी अभी 100 साल भी नहीं हुआ है। और नामसाई रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट सबसे पहले मैं ये बताना चाहूँगा कि नामसाई रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट डिक्लेयर किया गया है 1936 को, ये ड्यूरिंग द ब्रिटिश रूल 15 अक्टूबर 1936 को। ये जब रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट डिक्लेयर किया गया था उस समय में भी हम लोग का आदमी यहीं में भी था और यहाँ हम लोग का आदमी लोग को भी पूछा गया है कि रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट का बारे में कि कितना पोर्शन देगा कितना नहीं देगा। तो उस समय में इतना फार साइटेड नहीं था होगा हम लोग का सीनियर्स, हम लोग का लीडर्स जो गांवब्रास लोग था, जो पब्लिक लीडर्स लोग था। तो उसी का वजह से मतलब जो मोस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट नामसाई का पार्ट रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट में दे दिया एट द कंडीशंस ऑफ लाइक रिट्राइविंग इट इन नियर फ्यूचर में, क्योंकि पॉपुलेशन का एक्सप्लोजन इतना ऐसा होगा तो कभी सोचा नहीं था। तो नाउ इट्स द टाइम कि अभी पॉपुलेशन इतना बढ़ गया कि इतना 1936 इट्स ऑलमोस्ट टू लाइक 100 साल का होने वाला है, अभी 100 साल होने वाला है। इट्स नियरली अब 14 साल के बाद तो 14 years हो जाएगा डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ द रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट। तो ये 100 साल में तो अभी पॉपुलेशन एक्सप्लोजन तो ऑब्वियसली होगा। तो इसलिए यहाँ में जितना भी एक्टिविटीज़ नामसाई में हो रहा है रिगार्डिंग डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज़, दिस इज़ नॉट एंटायरली इन द मिड ऑफ द रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट में नहीं है। जहाँ पे ऑलरेडी इनहेबिटेड है हम लोग का लोकल पीपल, वही में ही डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज़ है। और नामसाई रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट में जैसे कि पहले में ये नामसाई रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट का अंदर में भी बहुत सारा गांव है जहाँ में अभी जैसे कि वो सब बस्ती एबंडन हो गया है, लेकिन वो समय में भी वहाँ में राइट ऑफ वे रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट में भी क्लियरली लिखा हुआ है कि राइट ऑफ वे दिया गया है वहाँ पे। या माइथोंग विलेज है, खाही नाला का विलेज है वहाँ पे, वो सब में भी राइट ऑफ वे ऑलरेडी दिया गया है वो चीज़, लेकिन वहाँ में बस्ती को एबंडन किया गया है। अभी आदमी लोग बैठता नहीं है, वहाँ में पानी का प्रॉब्लम है, पहाड़ है, एरिया है, इसलिए वहाँ पे अभी नहीं रहता आदमी, इसलिए सरकार भी शायद उसमें ध्यान भी नहीं दिया गया है। तो मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस विषय को, अगर ये नामसाई का डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज़ को ये रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट को लेकर अगर कोई रोक टोक करना चाहेगा, तो मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि अगर आप लोग ये ऐसा करेगा तो ये एक गलत परसेप्शन जाएगा ये चीज़ को, क्योंकि ये पूरा फॉरेस्ट को डिस्ट्रॉय करके नहीं बनाया है जिसको, ये ऑलरेडी इन एक्चुअल लोकल पीपल का जहाँ इनहेबिटेड है वही में ही वो किया गया है जिसको, जहाँ जहाँ आदमी बैठता है। और ये क्या बोलता है रिगार्डिंग द परसेप्शन जो बैठा है जो अरुणाचल का लोगों का ऊपर में कि नामसाई का आदमी लोग पूरा रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट को ख़त्म करके यहाँ में डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज बना रहा है, ये पूरा ये थ्रू दिस मीडिया में पूरा अरुणाचल का वासी को बोलना चाहूँगा कि दिस इज़ नॉट द एक्चुअल फैक्ट। आप आइए नामसाई पे, आके देखिए कि कहाँ पे नामसाई बसा हुआ है, नामसाई का डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज़ किस राह पे हो रहा है, कौन सा जगह में हो रहा है, आप आके देखिए। एवरीबडी इज मोस्ट वेलकम हियर। और ये चीज़, ये जो नामसाई रिजर्व है, ये किया गया है 1936 को। आफ्टर दैट यहाँ में पॉपुलेशन एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है, यहाँ में इतना डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज़ हुआ है। अगर नामसाई रिजर्व को अगर बचाना है, अगर किसी का नेचर का बारे में, नेचर को सोच के यहाँ पे कुछ ज़्यादा ही रफ्तार से अगर बढ़ रहा है, किसी को तकलीफ़ है, तो गवर्नमेंट को बोलिए, गवर्नमेंट का साथ बातचीत करके आप सॉल्यूशन निकाल सकता है ये चीज़ को। गोइंग अराउंड इन द सोशल मीडिया एंड पोकिंग द नोसिस ऑफ डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज इन नामसाई डिस्ट्रिक्ट इज नॉट गोइंग टू ब्रिंग एनी सॉल्यूशन हियर। आप राउंड टेबल में बैठिए, गवर्नमेंट का साथ, यहाँ का ये स्टेक होल्डर का साथ बैठ के बातचीत करना है। और ये रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट जो है, और टेंगापानी में भी, टेंगापानी रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट 1936 को नामसाई रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट किया गया है। ये टेंगापानी भी नामसाई का अंडर में आता था पहले, तो अभी ये किया गया है 1964 को टेंगापानी रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट। और जितना भी रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट जो डिक्लेयर किया गया है, उसमें सबको वो रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट में राइट्स दिया गया है बस्ती वाला लोग को, कि दे कैन एक्सट्रैक्ट द फॉरेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स को एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकता है फॉर द यूज़ ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ हाउसेस और कुछ वेजिटेबल्स, वाइल्ड वेजिटेबल्स। यहाँ पे लिखा है द इनहेबिटेंट्स ऑफ द फॉलोइंग विलेजेस आर अलाउड एज ए कंसेशन रिवोकेबल एट विल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट टू कट एंड रिमूव टोको palms and cane free of permit and royalty for roofing their own houses but not for sale, barter or gift। ये क्यों लिखा गया है? Why? Because ये रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट एरिया में पहले से ही लोकल आदमी लोग बैठा हुआ है, स्कैटर्ड। इसलिए ऐसा नहीं कि हम लोग ये जगह में रिसेंटली आया है, रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट को तोड़ा गया है। रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट डिक्लेयर बाद में डिक्लेयर किया है, पहले तो हम लोग यहाँ पे बसा हुआ था। तो इसलिए ये चीज़ को आप ऑफिस में जाइए, अब अच्छा से आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगा, डाटा मिल जाएगा कि कब हुआ है रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट, कैसे हुआ है, कितना एरिया में हुआ है ये चीज़ को। और रिगार्डिंग अभी हम लोग का यहाँ पे इतना सारा पॉपुलेशन एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है, तो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ का जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो ये रहने के लिए थोड़ा एक्सटेंड तो होगा ही। तो वो एक्सटेंशन के लिए हम लोग का यहाँ पे वी हैव टॉक टू द गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो कि डी रिजर्वेशन के लिए। तो जब डी रिजर्वेशन हम लोग का प्रोसेस करता है तो देयर आर सो उसमें कुछ कुछ पोर्शन हम लोग को वापस करना पड़ता है। तो अभी तो यहाँ पे तो बहुत कमती ज़मीन है जहाँ पे आदमी लोग बैठता है, अभी तो और चाहिए ज़मीन बैठने के लिए। तो वो लोग को क्या करेगा? तो अभी हम लोग गवर्नमेंट को बात कर रहा है डी रिजर्वेशन के लिए। तो इस विषय में मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि जितना भी हम लोग का यहाँ पे अरुणाचल में ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लोग है, आप इसमें इंस्टेड ऑफ एक्यूजिंग ऑफ ये रिजर्वेशन को डिस्ट्रॉय करने वाला जो एक्विजिशन किया गया है, इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट कम एंड लाइक जो डी रिजर्वेशन का प्रोसेस को जो हम लोगों ने प्रपोजल रखा है, कम एंड हेल्प अस इन हाउ टू डी रिजर्व इन अ सस्टेनेबल